everyone. Thanks for watching Access Hockey. As always, Access Hockey, am I? As always, hockey is back. Everybody, I hope you've been enjoying the playoffs so far. I have just loved seeing
we're binge watching
live hockey, whether or not there's fans. There's live hockey, and it's just been so great. Mm-hmm. So we've been watching just hours and hours, which I'm sure you guys can relate to. So yeah, we hope you're really enjoying the playoffs so far. We are talking today about our second round draft pick wish for 2020. So who we'd like to see go in the second round for the Red Wings. And today we've got two guys who have played together for most of their, I would say, playing career. Mm-hmm. That'd be Sam Colangelo and Gunnarwolfe Fontaine, both coming from the Chicago Steel of the USHL, yes, which we have seen plenty of times because we play them so much with the Muskegon Lumberjacks.
So a lot of talent coming out of that team.
Oh my goodness, it's so good. So we're going to talk about them today. So stay tuned.
Tuned to right now.
Yeah, right now it's starting.
First off, these are just kind of wish lists. We're not saying Detroit's going to pick these guys.
Yeah,
just
it's hard to know.
Exactly. And these guys are kind of ranked a little bit later, so they might not go second, but we'll see. So Sam Colangelo, he's a right wing. He's ranked right now 41st overall. So that includes European skaters, not just North American. So very important distinction to make there. He's a big boy. He's 6'2". Last weigh-in, he was 205 pounds. So he's
under 20. That's big guy.
That's huge.
He's gonna get bigger too, that's what's encouraging about it.
And that's a lot to build on. So he's an incredibly, I think, apt skater. Mm-hmm. Last scouting report, he said, it said that he was really good at acceleration. He's not so great with the finer tuned movements, and that probably has a lot to do with his size. But with that size and his acceleration ability, which is kind of where he excels, he's able to make room, be physical, get on the boards, make room for those smaller players and more not elite players, but a little bit more nimble players to make those shots and get the puck out. Mm-hmm. He's been able to use his big body, which is really encouraging. And on top of that, he's not a bad shooter. In fact, he's one of those guys.
And he's a great passer.
Yeah. When he gets the puck, he knows what to do with it. So it's not like he's just this big brute trying to make it juniors.
Which is fantastic.
Exactly. But he knows how to work in those tight places. And even watching him at the junior level, which the USHL is a phenomenal league to develop in.
Love them. We love the USHL.
Every time we had to watch them, we knew we were going to be up for a tough run there. Yeah. But with his ability, where he kind of fine-tunes it is in front of that crease, in front of the net, not necessarily crashing it, but he does not slow down as he's getting close there, and I think that's a really good
But I do think on the other side, he shoots from anywhere. Mm-hmm. If he can't make a good pass, he's going to shoot toward the net, which I think is a great thing to do anyway, just because you get the puck close to where your target is, which is a goal, of course. So you see a lot of people who, if they can't make a pass, they hold on to it too long, they risk getting it taken away.
The quick decision-making is so important.
Sam Colangelo, he shoots it toward the net a lot of the times, to then just get, because oftentimes you can get that rebound and your other winger can come up and get the goal.
Exactly. He's really good at setting that kind of stuff up and making those quick decisions. So with his overall package, I think a second round is pretty realistic.
I think so. And considering he's 41st overall, I do think that's a good chance for second round.
Mm-hmm. On his counterpart, Gunnarwolfe Fontaine,
he's a little on the smaller side, I would say. So he's not as big, of course, as Sam Colangelo, but since they've played together, if you watch interviews with Gunnarwolfe, he says how that is a compliment to him, just because Sam can get into the nitty-gritty areas, get him, hit those guys, get the puck out to where then Gunnarwolfe can capitalize and get that goal, because he is a little bit more of a fancy skater. So he's a little more nimble. He's a little smaller, so that helps with being nimble. It's just a fact. If you're a bigger guy, if you're a bigger skater,
skating's more labored.
It's harder for you to be nimble.
Yep.
So the smaller guys are going to be a little more nimble in that way. He's also going to Northeastern University, which I can't remember if you said.
Yes.
But he's going there as well, so they're just going to keep playing off each other, which would be great.
That team is going to be killer.
So I don't know if if you didn't hear in the beginning, Sam Colangelo had 58 points in 44 games played last season, and Gunnarwolfe had 57 points in 45 games played last season. So they're usually on the same line. And Gunnarwolfe, he's a very quick shot. He's a fast skater. Mm-hmm. He's 5'10", so that's what I was saying before, but he's a precise skater. He's a precise shot. And he, like Sam Colangelo, knows what to do with the puck when he gets it. And he's not, these two guys aren't greedy with the puck. Sometimes you can see in a really talented skater or player that they always want the puck, which of course, you always want to get the goal. You always want to be the one to get your team on the board. But they're not greedy with the puck. They're going to pass if it's a better option. They're going to shoot from anywhere. And I think those are really, 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 really good things to have.
Yeah, and the way they tandem off of each other, and you can tell because they have.
And we're not saying they're both going to get picked. We're just saying
these would be great guys.
Yeah.
And with Fontaine being 104th overall, he could get picked second round. There's a good chance of that, but the second through the end of the draft, it's always so up in the air. You don't know what teams are going to do.
Yeah.
But it would be really great to see both these guys go second round, and kind of rolling into that. The reason we see these guys fitting with the Detroit platform, really, in their development program is that they're both headed off to the college route. Mm-hmm. And that's important because that gets a minimum of 4 years for the Wings to actually really figure out where these guys are going to fit, if they're going to fit in their pipeline at all. And it's valuable experience for these guys,
We're both huge proponents of the NCAA. They're very talented schools out there who specialize in development for higher caliber players.
They're just kind of landing points for them.
And Michigan hockey has been super great. So Northeastern University is in Michigan. So Northeastern University in Michigan. So colleges in Michigan with hockey have been known as Michigan University, Michigan State, Western University. They're known for producing super great, talented players. So if they did get picked by the Red Wings, or if one of them did, the college route would be great because it's a great school for them to develop in. The Red Wings aren't pressured into signing them right away because they have that 4-year development contract with the school. And they also can pick them out of the school if they want to. It's either or, so that's a great option for them.
And if you look at a lot of the players that we have had that have gone the college route, like Chase Pearson and Tara Hirose.
Fantastic players.
There's these guys that have gotten, we've got Dominic Shine, he's a Harvard grad.
We love the college guys. They're so good. They come out with such a feisty attitude, I feel like, after college, and I don't know what it is about them, but they just have such a spunk and such a passion for the game.
They do, and that's why it's so important for Detroit too. And I think it goes without saying that a lot of these later picks too, even second and on, it's going to be kind of an understood thing that it is going to be a little bit longer of a developmental process. There's not as much pressure as first rounders typically have. So with that being said, in the Detroit scheme of things, that's excellent for them because these guys, where they're ranked at, they already kind of are mentally checked into, you know what, it's going to be a couple seasons before I really know what's going to happen if I get picked. So with that, they're kind of in it for the long haul. Mentally, they don't have the same pressures as the first rounders where it's like, oh my goodness, am I going NHL or AHL right away? So I think that really helps them with that development and the patience and the slowly building up to where they need to be.
Between these two guys, I would say that Sam Colangelo immediately has a little bit of an advantage over Gunnarwolfe Fontaine just because of his size. So a lot of the development is not so much the skill, it's more the getting you big enough to play and the skill in tandem. And I think
trying to make those two work together.
And because Fontaine is a little smaller than Colangelo, I think if one of the two were picked, that Colangelo would probably be preferred just because he's starting out a little further. So he's going to probably have a quicker development, if that makes sense. So I think that's pretty much that's how it would go, but both of them are super skilled. They would both be amazing assets to the team. So with that said, all of that, we love hockey. We love it so much.
We're so excited. And the USHL is talking about coming back on time, so.
Oh, my lands. That would be great. So current playoff situation right now, we wanted to know what you thought about who do you want to win in the 2020 Stanley Cup playoffs that are certainly going on right now. So
what
exciting.
What do you think about the setup?
Yeah, what do you think about the setup? Who would you like to see win? Rachel, let's start with you.
I would like to see Winnipeg take it. They've gotten so close, and they've got an incredible team. So I really want to see them actually get the chance to lift the cup. And they do. A lot of the players, and we watch the playoffs, they're right there. They're so close you can taste it and you almost hurt for them when they don't get it. So it's like, man, I'm not even like a huge fan, but I feel bad for it.
Red Wings just hurt a lot sooner.
Yeah, we hurt a lot more lately in the last few seasons. But I would love to see the Jets take it. I think that'd be really cool for them.
I would agree with that just because Connor Hellebuck, he's one of the best goaltenders I think he's one of the best. I think
those shifty eyes got to be
Mark Scheifele, I hope he's not injured. There was some, this is filmed before we know, so if we know after that, we'll put that in the description. And there might be also Blake Wheeler, Patrick Laine. I don't know. Is he playing currently?
Patty, I didn't see him yesterday. I didn't watch the game completely, but he might be.
Well, I don't think so, actually. Who knows?
Yeah.
Well,
who knows?
I guess we'll see.
COVID and
But
stuff.
I would like to see, so Winnipeg was one of the teams that I'd like to see, but if not them, I think Carolina Hurricanes would be a really good option just because we've got Andrei Svechnikov, Sebastian Aho. I don't like Peter Mrazek, and that's not because he was a wing and because they took him. I just don't
his
like
overall play is not
So it's
impressive.
not because of that. So don't think it's because of that. No. But they have such a stunningly, amazingly talented team.
Candid about that.
Yeah, Morgan Geekie too. So
yes.
a lot of guys who came up from the AHL, from the Charlotte Checkers. So we like to watch the guys who we see at the AHL level.
Gauthier too. I mean, all these guys, they're so much fun to watch over the last couple of seasons. That's what's so cool about what we do.
Yeah.
Over the last 3 or 4 seasons, we've seen all these guys in juniors and in AHL, and now they're the pros. It's so much fun.
Who would you like to see win the Cup? Who are your favorites right now? Who are you surprised at?
Who would you loathe to see the Cup?
Who don't you want to win?
It'd be like the worst thing
and
ever.
And you can't say the Red Wings because they're not in it. So
there.
Enough of the sass. And not Colorado because we all know the backstory there. Yeah. Except they have such a talented team. But we're getting into different things here. But let us know who you'd like to see win. Let us know if you've seen Sam Colangelo or Gunnarwolfe Fontaine play in the USHL, or what do you think of them and who you think should go second round to the Red Wings. And we will see you guys next time.